Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a video reply to some emails I've been getting. Today's date is August 4th, 2011. First and foremost, I'm going to address the Diablo 3 auction house issue. Now, as I'm sure some of you have already heard, Diablo 3 plans to have two different types of auction houses. The first type will work off of in-game gold, and the second is going to work off of actual currency. On the Facebook page, I kind of said this is with the double-edged blade. Basically, I've kind of changed on that, and I've been thinking, in the end, it kind of doesn't sit right with me. What Blizzard has done is that they said, okay, gold sellers are legitimate now, and that we're going to profit off of them. Basically, it's going to be several sets of fees in this new auction house. I believe I heard somewhere that it's going to be at least a $20 posting fee, followed by two more. So, with that, it doesn't sit right at all. For years and through different games, we've always heard that gold sellers are bad. They've been villainized, and we were basically told they support all the bad things that we don't want, like hacking. But now they're going to be in-game paying a posting fee and whatnot, and that's going to be okay. So part doesn't really sit fine with me right there. It's going to allow players to post up different items as they get through the game, and somebody with maybe $100, $150 might be able to go on there and go from the maximum level all the way up and be ready for the end game. You're allowing people to basically buy power. Now, I know in some Facebook games, like in Zynga's Farmville or whatever, they have their own little system where they have Farmville bucks and all, and you can buy that, and that kind of works out for them. But I don't know, in Diablo 3, in large-scale games like that, I don't know. I don't really see that working out too well. I can, however, see some people actually making a large profit out of something like this, almost definitely. It happened before when things were being sold on eBay. So I can see somebody turning a profit there, and I can easily see Blizzard making a large profit off of this. Now, that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's their product. But I mean, in the end, it doesn't really sit right with me. It sends kind of a twisted message, especially when it comes to the gold. So I would wait until the release to see what happens. It will probably come out. It's unprecedented for a Blizzard game. Next up will be about the leaked title for World of Warcraft. A lot of people are saying this could be the next expansion. The Mists of Pandaria, or Pandaria, whichever, how they pronounce it. Some people have to realize, whenever not just gaming companies, but movie companies get ready for a next title, they tend to mix it up. Sometimes they won't even register it under their different name. There's probably maybe 10 or 20 titles that could be registered. Mists of Pandaria or Pandaria, whichever, could simply be one of many titles. We simply don't know. Blizzard may have posted under different names. We don't know what's been done. We don't know what they have. Now, in the past, we've known that Wrath of the Lich King was leaked. We know that Burning Crusade, people had gotten a hold of that. That was copyrighted, so people had seen that coming. I don't know. This would lead people to think that in the Mist of Pandaria, it's going to be an expansion all about the Pandarans. But who knows? I mean, this is so broad. Could this be a South Seas expansion? It's very well possible. This is just a very broad title. I think basically we'll find out a lot more at BlizzCon. It may be very cryptic. It may be a very broad explanation. You know, it's only a matter of time. Would it surprise me if there was another title beside Mists of Pandaria or Pandaria? It wouldn't surprise me at all. It's just how some companies work. right now, in the next direction they're heading, it's just very broad. And I'm going to link this up with another question about Warcraft and 300k subscribers lost last quarter. This was actually the second quarter in a row they lost subscribers. I'm sure some of you have heard by now, certain players like Total Biscuit have left World of Warcraft. And he's basically said the game's changed and it doesn't suit his playstyle. He's exercising his right as a customer to leave. You've had some players leave because they felt that Blizzard was getting too soft. On the other hand, you've actually had people leave World of Warcraft because they thought the game was getting too hard. Well, where's the middle ground? Unfortunately, it just seems like Blizzard in this case really can't seem to win for losing. To be honest, in my opinion, I've actually been going back and doing a little bit of Warcraft, but I haven't been doing that much. It's just, I don't know if I'd say the patches are being released fast enough, but I don't know if the content is really there. Now, with patch 4.1, you've had the Zul'Gurub and Zul'Aman come out. I thought Zul'Gurub was done pretty good. You've had some new mechanics, a lot of new mechanics in the instance and the fights. Whereas Zul'Aman, it just seemed like a complete rehash. And I think that's where a lot of people were saying the game was recycled in that respect with the dungeons. Well, not so much in Zul'Gurub, but in Zul'Aman, yeah, I can see that. It was disappointing. Sure, they may have changed one or two bosses around, but all the mechanics there were pretty much the same. It was just like a complete rehash. They could have changed things around. They could have changed the battles to something totally different. But that was disappointing in its own regard. At this current time, I haven't really bothered to go all the way through. Have I gone into the dungeons? Yeah, I've gone into them. I've given them a try. But I can honestly say I've never actually completely gotten the achievement for finishing both dungeons. I've had groups fall apart, and it's very frustrating. You've had some people get impatient with groups, and you've had some people that never done it before and don't understand the fight. Right now, it's just a hard time for World of Warcraft. Like I said, a lot of people are losing interest. Some people say it's too hard. Some people say it's way too easy. If I had to give my own opinion, I would say maybe I think it's a little too easy. I actually started with Warcraft in the beginning, so for me things have changed over a lot. What will people do now without a looking for group tool, looking for dungeon tool? It was absolute hell having to wait sometimes for a group to come along who needed DPS. So this is, and maybe Blizzard finally hit the peak with Warcraft. It's been out for so long. Maybe they had just finally hit the peak and now they're going, it's on a downswing. I mean, Blizzard had a good run with World of Warcraft. I would hate to see it go in the shadow of the night, but unfortunately, right now there's a lot of very unhappy people. Some may say, well, 300,000 subscribers in the long haul, I can't be much. But this is actually the second quarter they lost people. And 300k after a while, that's a pretty sizable chunk. And if that keeps happening, Blizzard's going to be hurting really bad pretty soon in the future. So with that, I would like to say thanks again. Thank you for the emails. If you would like to send more questions, you can send them to mgraz83@gmail.com. That is mgraz83@gmail.com. I'll try to answer those questions for you. Say What will be released tomorrow. It might be released a little bit late due to some things this week. I'm sorry I couldn't release more content out. And I thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I answered some people's questions. If not, send them back and I will try to get a hold of those as well. So ladies and gentlemen, I will see you again next time.